Yo, guys, week 5. Super excited today. We are going to share. I figured out how to share screen, but what are we going into today? We are going into double your house flipping strategies, profits with these game changing strategies. I got 5 strategies I'm going to give you guys. This is super exciting to me, guys. I am brand new to this. If you were to ask me 6 months ago if I'd be fixing and flipping houses full time, I would have said not a chance in hell. I don't want the risk. I don't want the exposure. We've hired a business coach. We've learned a lot. We're making mistakes as we go. But what I can say is this: um, we've locked up over $274,000 in projected revenue in the last 5 weeks since I started this. This is in a brand new market virtually that I've never been in. This is super exciting. Our average profit per deal right now is $54,800. Our average cost per contract is about $4,000. This is exciting. I'm going to give you guys 5 tips to help maximize your profit so you don't have to make some of the mistakes that I've made along the way. But what do we got? Number 1, buy direct from seller. If you are buying from wholesalers, assume, depending on your market, you're going to spend another $10, $15, $20,000 buying from a wholesaler. Now, plus side on that, it means you don't have to run your own direct to seller marketing company. I enjoy that, but I do outsource my marketing. We run all inbound lead strategies. I do have to manage an acquisition rep in-house, but it's worth it to me because I feel like it gives my business more predictability than depending on a bunch of wholesalers to go generate leads and for me to be the one that actually gets them. Because I track my metrics and I know my cost per contract is around $4,000, it is worth it for me. It gives me predictability. So number 1, buy direct from seller. Run your own marketing. Number 2, know your numbers. If you're brand new to this, it's kind of difficult. So best advice I could give you, leverage the experts, right? Leverage your contractor, leverage your realtor. Realtor is going to give you your resale value. We ask all our realtors to give us a price that is going to have it in contract in a week. This is our latest deal. I'll show you that this is what in fact happened. Let's go into this. This is boom, boom, boom. Let's go back. So love this, right? This means we price things well. 1352 views in 13 days, 96 saves. Let's look at what actually happened here. Guys, the numbers don't lie. We closed on this April 22nd. We listed April 2nd. We closed on it April 12th. We got it at 162. I'm going to run you through our actual repair calculator. We relisted at 255. We initially went in conservative with a $25,000 renovation on this. When our contractor, again, leveraging our local professionals, went through, turned out we could get away with a 10K reno. We did just that. We were in and out of it in a week, immediately listed. I mean, look at this quick turnaround time here. This is 10 days from when we closed to when we had it listed again. Super exciting. That was from leveraging our realtor, we went into it, we reverse engineer from their price. We say, what moves this quick in your market? You're the pro. What's going on there? What are people paying? What condition are they looking for? We renovate as such. We don't over renovate. This house, let's look at it. This thing's a beautiful, turnkey house. I don't go through all the photos, but you can see what we're doing here. Let's run through our actual numbers on this. Where are we in contract at? 250. Boom. Our reno came in at 10K. Here's where we got it for. Brings our hold time down to 3 months. We're going to make $43,000 on this and a 20%, almost 21% ROI. Technically, it's infinite for us because we are all using other people's money. I use private lenders for everything. Brings us to the next 2. Number 3, stick to a repeatable model. Guys, make this easy on yourself. If you find an end of town that you like, if you find a home style that you like, stick to that. Don't be in a luxury neighborhood doing $1 million flip and then go into a lower income neighborhood doing a $50,000 property and then a median price point. Don't get all over the place. We love median price single family 3-bedroom 2-bath homes. This one's got 4 beds, but size wise, pay attention to your square footage. Bigger square footage means bigger renovation costs. We do a quick estimate as $1 per square foot, depending on cosmetic, up through full gut. Try to not get into full guts, but the numbers pretty much hold tight. So stick to a cookie cutter model. Don't ever over renovate. Economies of scale. It'll be much easier for you to run numbers quickly if you know that, hey, in this zip code, here's what I need to buy at. Here's what things roughly sell at. Here's what the market wants. I have my trusted realtor. I know that he has buyers lined up, and I know what kind of product to deliver. So stick to a cookie cutter model. It also means economies of scale as you're ordering materials. You may be able to get bulk discounts if you're locking up a lot of stuff, buying the same color paint, buying the same flooring, et cetera, et cetera. Next, cheaper capital. Let's look at this. We're only in this deal for 3 months by the time we close, right? But we borrowed on this. We actually ended up borrowing $195,000 because we borrowed based on the initial repair estimate. So our $195,000 that we borrowed, look at our total financing costs. And I'm at a 12% interest. It depends what lender we have, right? But generally speaking, this is around what our lenders are getting paid right now. But look at my financing costs for only 3 months, $14,000. If I could cut a couple percentage off that, that starts making, that's money back in my pocket. What do we care about on our numbers? We care about our holding time. We care about the cost of our capital. So get cheaper capital. And this brings us to our fifth option. This isn't for everyone. This is a little more advanced strategy, but get creative. Really interesting way. And let me try and break this down as simple as possible. Make the seller your bank, right? So if I know that on this house, instead of closing on that $162,000 purchase price, borrowing money at 12% interest, what if the seller has debt in place and they don't need the money immediately? Let's just say they're happy to walk with 10K in their pocket at closing. Maybe I just give them the 10K and they partially finance it to me, meaning I just make their payments on the debt that already exists in the short term while I renovate it and flip it. Now, super important on this, you're going to want to work with a trained transaction coordinator, someone familiar with paperwork that knows how to protect you. This is not a beginner strategy, but it is an amazing strategy to cut out those financing costs if you haven't learned how to raise private capital yet. This is a journey. You're going to graduate to capital. I've never thought people would trust me with hundreds of thousands of dollars at a clip, now millions of dollars of their hard-earned money. And, you build your credibility packet, you build your track record just by performing, right? By leveraging the local professionals, you learn as you go. So super exciting. Now, let's get into our metrics. We are 5 weeks in. Here we go. So first off, where am I pulling all of this from? Let's go through our total leads to date. I go right into my Podio. This is actually last week's leads. The numbers don't exactly line up, but call it 42 leads. I think we actually had 45. But here's my breakdowns on what's going on with everything. These are, so, of those 45 leads, we have 4 that are in the hopper. 2 contracts. We actually got 3 contracts last week. One of them just didn't come in last week. 2 we referred to agents. Again, how do we add value to agents? We're throwing them business. We're not going to make anything on this. Now, if someone on our team were licensed and we were local to that market, we could technically get a referral fee, but I want our agents to make money. We haven't had that conversation yet. If we're referring them a lot of business, these leads are costing us money. If they're making money, it is only fair that we negotiate something back in our pocket, whether it's a referral fee or maybe a discount on the listings that they list for us. Work it out however you want, but that is where that comes from. And let's get into our actual numbers. Oh, actually, I wanted to get into this too. Super fun. Quarterly planning. So I'm going to tie this into this here, right? So what are we at now? We are at week 5. We have generated a total of 166 leads to date. We've spent $22,000. Again, that would have scared the shit out of me before we hired a coach. But now, because I know my metrics, what do I know, right? What's important to me? Again, what is my cost per contract? So on 5 contracts that we've locked up in the last 5 weeks, amazing, right? Remember, it took us a couple weeks to lock one up, but now the KPIs are starting to catch up. We have that active pipeline. We're in follow-up. We know most leads don't convert in a day. We're finding around 12 days. So we got to assume 14 days from when it comes in to when it's in contract. Over time, that could go down, could go up. We don't really know. We'll just let the numbers tell us. But what are we looking at here? So projected revenue, $274,000. So our gross leads per contract, this allows me to start making predictions, right? Because here's for the quarter. What are we shooting for? We are shooting for $750,000. So a $3 million a year business, assuming only 80% of our contracts actually get across the finish line. And our average deal size is $35,000, right? I'm being conservative because right now we're at $54,800, but I'm assuming this will come down because we will have to start wholesaling some as we move forward. We do need, spending this kind of money, we do expect to turn this up. Why? Because what did we have here? So we had 166 leads. For us to hit these metrics monthly, I'm going to need to be almost double that. I need to be at 295 if our conversions hold straight, right? So at the 33 gross leads per contract, at the 1.8 offers per contract, then, this is how I can make projections on where I need to be. So if our average cost per lead is 133, so let's look at 133 times 295, 133 times. I'm gonna have to spend $39,000 to per month to get that 8.9 contracts, to get a projected revenue of 312, to get 250 actually across the line. So that's a pretty good spend. But that's why it's important to track your metrics, because I know, I'm not guessing anymore, right? Super exciting. What's super interesting to me here, of the 166 leads that came in, this is where most people get defeated and quit too early. No contact made are 41 leads. That's 25% of them. Total shit means a wrong number. People claiming they didn't fill out the form. People filled it out and said, I'm actually trying to buy a house. I didn't want to sell. All the excuses, all the weird excuses that you get, right? 39%. So 64% of this spend essentially is total shit. We can't do anything with it. That's just the cost of doing business. Why I don't care is because I know what my cost per contract is. I know if I spend $4,400 right now, then I get a deal, and a deal is worth this much on average. I know that my ROI on that is 12.43%. Guys, to get a 12x return on my spend, how many times can I go spend $4,400, right? Where can I go get business credit? Where can I find more money to go generate 33 more leads? Because I know 33.2 gross leads is a contract that's going to spit out this. So that is where we're at for week 5. Thank you for tuning in. Again, learn as we go. Hopefully you enjoyed this view, kind of being able to see what's going on here. If you guys are fixing and flipping and having some troubles, leave some comments below. Love to see what you guys are dealing with. We can make that another episode, because I'm probably going through it, or going to go through it, or have gone through it. So let's discuss it together. Let's grow together. Let's rock and roll, guys. Let's have some fun. And thanks for tuning in. Cheers. How do I stop now?